Hey guys, it's me, it's Queen Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit that red subscribe button and smack the bell. Alright guys, listen up. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment underneath it, and pass it on to some other wonderful person who needs to hear about this too. Okay? Now, before I get started, I'm going to tell you one quick thing. Today, I did an episode of the witch trials. I think this is episode 3, if I'm not mistaken. And this episode, I decided to make public so that my subscribers on YouTube can get an idea of what the witch trials is all about. So you can get a little taste of what my other video series is hitting for. So what I did was I put The Witches of Eastwick on trial. This is a sensational film with Jack Nicholson, Susan Sarandon, Cher, and Michelle Pfeiffer. Now, I had a lot to say about this film. So if you want to see what I had to say, check out the episode of The Witch Trials, okay? Every week I will continue to do one movie or a book or some type of multimedia that depicts witches. And I, a real witch, put it on trial to see if it's any good at all, if it's accurate at all, if there's any authenticity, or if it's just Hollywood bullshit, okay? All right, so check that out if you have time. All right, guys, I'm going to answer this question today. This question is about Aquarius, and I thought it was actually a really good question, so I wanted to take this one. A young lady said to me that she's having an issue with an Aquarius, and she wants to talk to the Aquarius about the issue, but she's afraid if she tries to talk to the Aquarius about the issue that the Aquarius will feel attacked. The Aquarius may shut off, discontinue the friendship, any of the above. So she's saying to me, if a person has an issue with me or with an Aquarius in general, how do I recommend they go about discussing the issue? Now, I'm going to tell you flat out, Aquarius are very easily turned off. If you say the wrong thing to an Aquarius, it's a very high possibility you will never see that Aquarius again. But that is still no reason not to have the hard conversations. You very much should have the hard conversations. If you have an issue and need to talk to the Aquarius, I say absolutely do. How do you do that though? How do you do this without the Aquarius getting upset? I can't promise you the Aquarius is not going to get upset. Sometimes maybe they need to get upset. Maybe this is a situation where they need to see what is going on. They need to get their actions together. They may need to be upset. You may need to go there in this conversation. So don't be afraid of them being upset, and don't be afraid of losing their friendship. Because if the person is turned off by the friendship or turned off by what you had to say and decides to leave the friendship, then fine, that was their decision. But you absolutely should have the conversation. Now, what's the easiest way to have the conversation? The easiest way to have the conversation is, number one, do not beat around the bush. Be straight up. Just come to the Aquarius, let them know. See, the first thing I would say is let them know you want to talk to them about something. The first thing I can't stand, and a lot of Aquarius tell me they don't like this either, is when somebody springs some bullshit on me at a time when I'm not ready to go there. My family has a tendency to do this. They'll wait till it's a barbecue or an occasion where we're supposed to be having a good time and want to have a painful, difficult conversation. That pisses me off. Don't spring painful conversations on an Aquarius. Let the Aquarius know that the conversation needs to be had and make an appointment to have the conversation. That is the easiest way to have them prepared for the conversation and hopefully open, because if they show up for the meeting, hopefully they're open to having this conversation. They may ask you the topic and you may tell them, I don't really want to talk about it, but it's about X. I don't want to say too much, but it's about Y. You see what I mean? So it gives them an idea of what the situation is about. So they're not full of anxiety wondering what the hell do you want. But at the same time, you haven't really gone too far into what the conversation is. Then the next thing I would do after they're prepared for the conversation is next to have the conversation. Now, I would just say be honest with the Aquarius, because the Aquarius is going to see through you. If you're sugarcoating or trying to lie, the Aquarius is going to see through that. So be honest with what you say, but say it in the nicest way possible. Okay, there's always ways you can say something to a person. Like, for example, I'll give you an easy one. If somebody doesn't smell good, you can say, you might want to consider taking a shower and putting on some deodorant. That's a nice way to say, yo, you stink. Fuck is wrong with you? Okay, that's a nice way to say that. So don't say the harshest possible way. Say it the nicest, most honest way. Okay, yo, you stink is very honest, but it's not very kind. So try to say to them exactly what you want them to say in the nicest way. Okay, so now you have an Aquarius who's prepared for the conversation. You've said exactly what you wanted to say, got to the point, you were direct. Don't beat around the bush. You were direct, you said what you had to say, you said it in a kind way. Now the Aquarius is going to receive what you said, and then they're going to give the energy back. They're going to respond to it. In some cases, they may agree with you and say, okay, I understand, this is something that I'll work on. In some cases, they may not. They may disagree and want to argue about it, depending upon what kind of Aquarius you have. Now, certain Aquariuses will argue you down. Me personally, if you're right, I'm going to be like, all right, you're right. You know, so it also depends on the type of Aquarius you have. So after the conversation is had, the Aquarius realizes that you're right. Then you need to ask them for action steps. Okay, you think that I'm right. You're going to move on to the next thing. What are our action steps to get to that space? You see? You don't want to just have the conversation and the Aquarius just dip off. You want action steps. What are we going to do next? Because if you have an Aquarius that is a compartmentalizing Aquarius, they might take what you said and shove it to the corner. Aquarius is good at ignoring things. So they might take what you said and be like, yeah, you're right, but shove it to the corner. So the next thing you want to ask the Aquarius for are the action steps. Okay, you've agreed with me. You said we're going to make this change. What are we going to do? Boom, 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 boom. You want a list of how you're going to take this. You want a list of action steps. After that, you're good. All you have to do from that point on is continue to communicate and let the Aquarius know that you're going to stay in communication about this issue until it's over. Some issues may be easier and faster than others, but that's how you do it. Lead up to it in that way. Now, this is not to say the Aquarius is going to like the conversation. This is not to say the Aquarius is not going to, dislike the emotional aspect of the conversation, but they will engage in the conversation if they care about you. Now, another thing I'm going to tell you, try to not get too emotional. Many Aquarius do not like overly dramatic emotional displays. If you can keep the drama to a minimum, you have a better chance of your Aquarius showing up in this conversation. If you can be more logical and thoughtful in that kind of way, you'll get more out of the Aquarius. If you spaz out, if you start cussing or crying or, any of those kind of things, your Aquarius might get up and walk out. I've done it. I've done it and I've seen other people do it. So if you get overly dramatic, then that's not going to be good. Also, before you take it to the Aquarius, make sure it's your business and it's something that the Aquarius needs to deal with. Because if it's not your business or if it's some okie doke, the Aquarius might cuss you out. Depending upon what kind of Aquarius you're dealing with and how sassy and sharp they are, they might cuss you out. I have cussed out quite a few people for coming to me for some shit that was none of their business. Like, why are you coming to me about this? This is between me and so-and-so. Why are you even here? Okay? So make sure it's your business, and make sure that it's something that you need to take to them. If it's something that they don't need to be involved with, don't involve them with it, because they're going to feel like you are somebody who likes starting shit. Okay? All right, guys, it's time for me to get going. So let me know what you think. if you're an Aquarius, or if you're not an Aquarius, let's say you're whatever, how do you want somebody to approach you? Does what I just said work for you, or do you need an even different approach? Let us know in the comment section. I'd love to see what you guys have to say. All right. Likewise, if you want a reading, email me and I got you. If you would like to get any other information on me, such as my social media or my Patreon page, all that will be underneath this video. If you want to see further witch trial episodes, you're going to need to become a patron. This is the only one that I'm giving up for free because I really want you guys to see how cool it is. All right, guys, see you later.